Radio and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
That's right. Do you see what I see? That's right. What I see, what I see. Do you see what I see? Do you wanna know what I know? Are you afraid of me and scared to go where I go? Mother's crying, those politicians lying. Don't go too far, cause gas prices rising. A media blitz, MySpace taking hits. They talking about assassinations and all kind of shit. Do you see what I see? Oh, do you wanna know what I know? Are you afraid of me? And scared to go where I go? Go where I go. Go where I go. Another hurricane, earthquake taking names. Katrina victims without a home. It's a nation change. Free internet porn, lotions on the decrease. I think everybody in the world should just release. Do you see what I see? Do you see?
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
10, 9, 8, 7,
You rockin' it, shot
5, 4,
man rockin' with the shot. Factor.
So why is it got to be so damn tough?
The music just
turns
me on. Yeah.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Right here. You up with the shot factor.
Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure.
And the magnificent
Action packed, got facts, got truth. Shock factors on now, where are you? Live and direct on your internet. Hot new talent always on the set. Yeah, broadcasting coast to coast. International too. Toast. Yes, we fresh to death. Wanna let you know we are the best. Got that walk and the right talk, that LA Talk Live coming at ya. Shock him and the shock factor.
LA Radio will change forever.
Wake up. His downfall, that he just couldn't understand. That every day ain't always ice cream and cake. You gotta stay alive just to back the beast. You just might resume your fate in this world. I'm trying, but my eyes won't open. They've been closed too long. Hold on, let me try to regain focus. My life is still rearranged. Everything's been changed. My name, my identity. I can't believe I played that game. Hey, you've been sleeping too long. It's your time now. Come on, you gotta push up. Yeah. This state Welcome to the Shock Factor.
You to come through today.
Was that loud? We got the crew. Welcome to the Shock Factor here on LA Talk Live. It's another Friday, and we are trapped into the Factor. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Shaquem Williams.
I'm Momo. I'm Diana.
And it's my pleasure always to introduce. We got a special guest coming in. He flew in all the way from Boston today. BostonTalkLive.com. Flew in. His name is
Rock City Rick. Rock City Rick in the house, all the way from Boston. And man, my arms are tired. I gotta tell you, all the way I flew in. You know how we do it.
Wow, how you guys doing out there?
Feeling real good, man.
Yeah, in LA Talk Live.
BostonTalkLive.com, stand up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to give a lot of thanks to my special panel that we always have here. Chef Momo, Francis Rose Catering. She's also, she does so many dynamic things with herself in her life. You see her with her glasses on. She got her schoolboy. She got her schoolboys on.
And hey, I like it. You know, I'm really feeling that nerd look you're wearing tonight.
I should have just dressed like a teacher.
Yeah.
I should have did.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I should have dressed like a teacher.
Oh, shit.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Very sexy, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Boston appreciates that look. Yeah.
Thank you.
We got our young stunner,
Yeah.
in the building, down.
All the way
I
from
know. I'm
Egypt.
like, you okay?
No, it's just my cologne, honey. You don't have to. It's just my cologne. Something I bought off South Street of Boston. It's called High Karate. You're not used to that. Huh?
High
Is it High
Karate.
Karate?
I was about to puff
You
up.
don't know anything about that, huh? Yeah, no problem.
Miss Diana Romero. I want to give mad love to her. She's back in the house. She's been gone for a couple of weeks. Want to, thank you for coming on back. We really appreciate your energy and your vibe. I like this. And
Shout out to Life too.
Life MC.
Life MC, yeah. Where's he at tonight? I thought I was going to meet that guy.
Yeah.
Where is he?
We was expecting Life to come on in too, but he couldn't.
Hey, let's make this quick. I gotta leave because your partner here doesn't like my high karate. Don't leave home without
I'll settle in.
it. Really? Okay. That's a good thing.
Is he over there smelling sweets?
I can't tell anymore.
I put on my girlfriend's perfume this morning so I could attract more
Your girlfriend
chicks.
wears high karate?
Yeah, kind of every now
Oh
and
wow.
then. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
my
It's
God.
a unisex fragrance? We have those.
Oh, it's about to get wild up in here tonight. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about, guys.
Yeah,
There's
lot, girl.
wow, what a crazy couple of weeks this has been.
Nuts.
At least the last week, some, I think was shocking to a lot of people. We're going to go ahead and get right on in it. Whose hat I got on right now, Mo?
Shout out to Sky Limit Clothing. So
Yeah.
You're wearing Sky Limit
Yeah, Sky Limit.
baseball cap.
Who's the crew again? Tell us the crew. real
Everybody, shout out to Track Dilla and Heavy Hustle Music Group.
quick. Yeah,
Sorry.
Heavy Hustle.
Yeah, Heavy Hustle Music Group. Shout out to him. Shout out to Nishka. I can't talk today.
So who are these
Gum.
guys? I mean,
Gum,
come on.
gum.
Man. Sky's the limit.
Producers.
What the hell?
Right.
Who are these
It's
guys,
a whole
huh?
crew. Sky
Let's
the Limit
talk
is a
about
clothing
it.
line, actually.
Yeah.
We
want
like
the
the hat, though.
We want to get them to come on in,
Yeah, definitely.
looking
Very
for them as
Boston,
some
I gotta tell
sponsors
you.
to the Shock Factor.
Yes. I want to talk
Stuff
to you
like
guys,
that.
too, after the show about it.
Oh,
Say
really?
word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So we got Radio Rush
Yeah.
Oh,
That
it's not
guy.
Radio Raheem?
Yeah. No, not that guy either.
from Boston.
Yeah.
BostonTalkLive.com is in the house tonight.
Shout out. I'm so sorry, Boston, that you guys lost Kevin, Paul, and the Jet. I'm sorry. that
Hey, it's
Jason
okay. We're
Terry
gonna be
left
all
as
right.
well. I
Yeah.
apologize.
Yeah.
Trust.
It's what it is.
Trust. We're gonna be
Brooklyn
okay.
in the house.
But,
Well, let's
this,
go to the pretty ladies. I mean, we want to talk about this gorgeous gal I got sitting here beside
Yeah.
me. Come on, let's talk about her real quick.
okay.
Hey, what's your name, honey?
I'm Diana.
Is this what the show's going to be about?
Oh, my God.
You know this.
Have we met before? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Not in this
Yeah.
personality. I'm a different
No,
guy.
not today.
Yeah.
So
Not
guys, so
today.
check out, like,
Okay.
in Florida, as everyone know, what was appear to be shocking is that we've been talking about it here on LA Talk Live all week here, talking about the community, what's going on in the community.
Mm-hmm.
There's been so many different opinions,
Mm-hmm.
about what happened to when Zimmerman got off
Mm-hmm.
of all charges. It was it was 6 white women
Mm-hmm.
and one minority.
and he got off, and we're going to talk about this today because a lot of people are upset about it. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of different views about it. We haven't talked about it here on the Shock Factor yet, but we want to talk about it. Mm-hmm. You know, we want to get into it a little bit before we get into our show. We got a great show lined up for you today. We got some artists coming on in. They're going to be chiming in on this. We got to get out of here early today because they got some business here to do in the studio here in LA Talk Live, and we got to go ahead and get on out of here. We got to get somewhere fast.
Yeah,
in an hour. We only got 5 more minutes. You know,
it takes you 45 minutes to come in for 5.
Shout out to my family in Boston. It's Rock City Rich. I'm out of here.
We want to thank everybody for tuning in to another Shock Factor Friday here on LA Talk Live. Every Friday at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, that is. We appreciate your listening and your viewage. Who is that, right? This is my
viewage. Is that a word? I mean,
come on. He just makes up a lot of stuff.
That's a viewage.
Like, you don't know what you're gonna get.
Hold on. Here's my favorite song. Hold on. This song right here was done by Donny Hathaway. It's called "Giving Up."
It's a black guy, right?
This reminds me.
Hathaway, right?
Yeah,
it's a black guy.
This reminds me of our
played the piano or something, right?
Yeah, of our thirst to America. You know, we can't give up America, right? You know, and we feel like this, like giving up, you know, all these things that we do. This song kind of reminds me of.
I'm moving to Canada.
So shit, you know, Mo, let me get your thoughts. Let me get your thoughts, Mo, right quick on what was your thoughts behind the whole thing about the Zimmerman trial and him getting off scot-free?
Here's my problem. It wasn't for me. It wasn't the issue of race. At the end of the day, this was a young man that lost his life. And his life cut short tragically. Of course, if I'm walking, it's nighttime, and some man is walking up on me, of course I'm gonna be like, whoa, I'm gonna try to defend myself. You know, I'm not gonna let anybody just walk up on me. The problem was the police told Zimmerman to stand down, to not do anything. The police is on their way. Don't do anything. Chill out. He took it in his own hands to pursue him to catch the bad guy. When the police clearly told you, we'll handle it. Stop. Chill. I could see if Trayvon was doing something, if he was breaking into somebody's car or something like that, and then you pursue him. But they specifically told you, stand down. Don't do anything. And you took it in your own hand. You don't get nothing? Nothing? No manslaughter? Nothing? Like, this man, this little boy lost his life. Could have been something in life. He didn't have to be black. He could have been Asian, could have been Caucasian. Don't matter. He was 17 years old at the end of the day.
Well, you know, the reality of it is that, you know, here in America, every day, black or white, there are kids dying from all kind of things.
Right, exactly.
Right. There are kids dying from food, diseases. They're dying from, like, I can name a plethora of things that they're dying from every day that we are aware of, that we don't care. But my thing is that why, you know, and we're going to talk about this. Like, I want to know, like, why are black, you know, why I didn't know why black people were so surprised. I can understand why white people were surprised.
Right.
But I don't understand why black people were surprised, as if, you know,
like this hasn't happened every day in Chicago for the last 6 months. There are kids dying every day.
And we're killing our own people. You know what I'm saying? We're killing our own, right? Yeah. And I'm trying to figure out, like, why you I can understand, like, why you was like, oh, shocked, because I wasn't shocked. No, me myself. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, because every day, you know, every 13 or some seconds, you know, there's somebody dying in this country. And, you know, we look at the prisons, we look at the system, we look at what's going on actually in this world today. And we ask ourselves, we're shocked, as if we got over the mountain.
Right.
Like, we were over the mountain and we over there partying like a motherfucker. We over there partying on the other side of the mountain.
They've been doing this since Till.
I think a lot of the reason why a lot of people were shocked was because, you know, it was televised. It was really big, what is it called? High profile case.
Yeah.
And nowadays, I hate going into racial stuff, but you don't see a lot lot of cases where it's black versus white.
It wasn't
on
though.
TV.
And is he white? That's my question.
No,
he's not even white.
He wasn't. Yeah, that's true.
He was Jewish.
His dad was white and his mom was Hispanic. Whatever.
No, she wasn't Hispanic. She was Philippine. She was Philippine.
Really?
So he's not technically 100% white.
He's Philippine and his father was Jewish. So, figure that out. At the end of the day, if you look at the genetically speaking, he's probably then leaning to the Philippine because you know the
unfortunately,
gene.
Like I
didn't. So how did it become black or white? Like, because I don't know how it became black or white.
Unfortunately, like a lot of people, like myself, I didn't go and try to study his parents, what they were. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
He looks the part.
He looks the part. Like if I walk down the street, nobody's gonna tell me, oh, you're Salvadorian. I'm gonna be Mexican right here then, and that's it.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we're gonna look at it as black versus white. So like I said, it hasn't really been high profile cases recently like that. So being that it's been exposed to a lot of people, they're like, oh well, this is high profile, and then we're gonna get away. It hit so far up, you know what I mean? So I think that's the reason why a lot of people were shocked with the verdict at the end of the day, only because it's not common to see it so high up nowadays. So that's where I think it's.
Well, look, my thing is, and people may, totally disagree with me. I had to really think about this, and I'm thinking about all the, all
Are you really playing a song right now? I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
The ghetto.
Okay.
Hey, can I get in here and say something real quick?
Okay.
First things first, I got to tell you, you got a real pretty mouth. Okay, let's get that out the way, all
right? Appreciate it. Thank you.
And secondly, we got to talk about the idea of self-defense, right? We got to think about the fact that this guy was getting his head pounded, and he had a gun, and he didn't know whether he was going to lose his life or not. So he pulled out his gun and shot the kid. We got to talk about that.
But see, my thing with that is that
maybe there are more than one.
He wouldn't have to jump.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have had to defend himself if his ass didn't get out the car like the police
but
told
he did.
him.
And the fact of the matter
to pursue somebody with a hoodie on and some Skittles
he got out of the
and
car.
iced tea.
He got out of the car. The guy had Skittles and iced tea. Everybody knows
First
that,
of all,
right?
Skittles and iced tea.
He's
What he gonna do to you?
17, right? He's not gonna do anything except he's on top of the guy, grounded and pounding the guy.
Well, what you expect?
And you got a pistol in your pocket.
But he walked up on him. Now, come on, let's be for real. Okay?
The issue right there was it wasn't proven who actually started. That was where the issue came from.
So that's a good point, and that's exactly where I'm coming from with this. Now, so
but it
let's
is
say
proven
this kid
that the police told his ass
that is true
to stay in the car.
But he didn't, and he's in Florida, and they've got a stand your ground law, and they've got self-defense laws all over the country. And this kid's on top of you, pounding your freaking head into the ground, and you've got a gun in your pocket. What are you gonna do to get him off you?
I mean, see, this is where
has anybody thought about that?
All right,
I thought about that.
This is where
there was a trial about
but we don't know. I mean, those little bruises. Come on.
But there was a trial about the validity of a guy getting beat up by this other guy.
But one
guy had the gun, the other guy didn't. There's a trial about the validity of self-defense. This is what we saw the other day on the news and everything, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, come on. So then there's another trial about whether he should have got out the car.
That's
a whole different trial.
That's
exactly.
my point,
right?
though.
That's
that
exactly
it has nothing to do with nothing.
I don't even
if
think
he wouldn't have got out the car, then he wouldn't have
That's
to
a whole nother
defend
court
himself
case, right?
from somebody else.
Right. But that he's on the ground or standing up, and this guy has punched him, and he's punched the guy.
Well, when you punch somebody
too,
if somebody walks up on you, that's all I want to know. So if someone walks up on you, right? It's nighttime. This man is walking up on you, obviously, probably aggressively, because he's trying to figure out what you're doing. And you turn around and y'all start arguing, or the man just is on you. You're going to turn around and probably just start fighting because you're trying to figure out why this man even walking up on you. So, of course, I'm going to pound his face in because he's walking up on me. I don't know what you walking up on me for.
What if he was a rapist?
But wait, if you got no gun and he does,
what if he's a Catholic priest?
I mean, then what?
But I'm saying as a man, if you're walking in the streets, right, you got on a hoodie and somebody walks up on you, isn't it just a reaction for you to turn around if you're not facing that person and start fighting? If somebody just walks up on you like that, I don't know. No man is going to be like, oh, you scared me.
And this is what I want to know. When did getting your ass beat, when did that happen to, like, I'm going to shoot you?
Oh, well, that happens all the time in my city of Boston.
Right.
Hey, buddy, if you're whipping my ass, I'm going to my trunk of my car, I'm going to shoot you, okay? I'm telling you right now.
And actually, for me, I think it's a lot of things that go into play. I think at the end of the day, we have to realize that, I mean, it did go to trial. Right. So we have to figure out the defense and the prosecution, how they both played each other's part. Right. I can definitely say that the prosecution did a horrible job for evidence. And I think their game plan was, okay, let's study the jury, what they are, you know, they're women. How do you attract women emotionally? So I think they did a whole emotional.
Let me ask you a question.
I followed. I mean, I tried to the best of my ability to follow the trial. Like every morning, I would watch it here and there. And I couldn't. I was like, what is going on?
Do you think, you know, and this is just because I don't think it was racial, me personally.
I don't think so either.
But let me ask you a question. Do you think 6 white women can?
It wasn't 6 white women.
It was 6 white women and one. It was 6 white women and 1 Hispanic.
One of you coloreds, I think, wasn't it?
It may be an experiment.
It don't matter. I'm just more saying, white people on the jury than it was.
I'm just saying. Do you think?
But all women and all mothers. I mean,
do you think that they or other races can look at another race and say, I'm gonna judge you based off of whatever?
We do every day. I mean, Barack Obama was on the news this morning. Just this morning saying that he was himself profiled. He walks across the street, white women grab their purses and lock their doors. Come on.
Elevator, I mean, holding their breath.
So what are we
black in America?
So yes, it is. So is it
being a black thing?
Is it being necessarily black? Because let me tell you what my primary thing I think it is. My primary thing is that I think it's an economic thing. Me. I don't think it's about black. I don't think it's about white. I think about if so-called minorities, because I don't think we're minorities, but the tag, we have the tag, or we accepted it for.
What's a minority? I mean, let's break.
I don't know
that word down.
But
it means you're minor, right? You're minor,
right, say less
or
than
you major, exactly.
So
come on.
So you
have to decide that yourself.
If we
right?
financially had our house in order, economically, do you think that shit would have went down like that? Because if financially, that's what controls the courts, commerce. A lot of people don't understand, first and foremost, what really the courts are driven by. They're driven by commerce. They're not driven by what's right or necessarily what's wrong. They're driven by commerce. The UCC code. They want to make money, right? At the end of the day, and that's why they come up with a bond. Right. So when they come up with a bond, they take this bond and then they trade it on NASDAQ or the Dow and Jones. Right. So any person that comes and that needs a bond, what the court does is that they take it and then they trade it. It's money. It's another, just like the.
So you're saying that.
It's about if we.
Yeah, this guy's talking,
and I'm saying is this. If we had
the bonds,
if you had your money in order.
So you're thinking that they found him guilty all because
it's beyond this case in particular.
Well, see, that's what people got to understand. It ain't just about this case in general. It's about everything that's going on with this country. First of all, they're poisoning the food. They're poisoning the water. They're poisoning everything they could possibly poison. We are now addicted to prescription medication. We need to take it. Why? Because we ate something. It made us sick. Now we go to the doctor. The doctor gives us prescription. Now he's spending money on prescription. It's a vicious cycle. It's not just about this case. It's about America, what America is doing today. And it is just about money.
It's about money.
Ultimately, with Snoop, money. Let me tell you what Snoop Lion said, which I thought was kind of interesting coming from him. Not to say you're not intelligent, Snoop. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying
that.
You
trying to say rappers?
But no, he spoke very well. He talked about how the justice system is made up. You have a public defender if you can't afford an attorney. So he was talking about the prosecution and how ridiculously unintelligent they were, how they did a poor job representing this kid.
Money.
Exactly. Now, if he would have had a better lawyer, he probably would have won this case.
I agree.
Hey, look, guys, we're going to have to take a quick break.
Can I say one last thing before the break?
Go ahead.
Hey, did I tell you got a pretty mouth? All right. So when we come back, maybe I can speak.
We're going to come back. We're going to finish this, conversation up and keep it moving here on LA Talk Live. It's another Friday. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to go ahead and call in, you feel free, right?
And you guys got a new number, too.
What's the number?
It's a Skype line. It's 323-473-3100. Trust me, I called in on this line myself. I got right through. It's a wonderful thing.
Say it again.
323-473-3100. Call the Shock Factor. Why don't you?
Thank you.
BostonTalkLive.com. Stand up, why don't you? Yo, we got any pastrami around here? Some bologna? I need a sandwich.
Hey, get this man some bologna. Hey, look, we're going to come back with more Shock Factor here on LA Talk Live.
You got a pretty mouth.
It's another Friday, and we're about to get it in. We're talking about this,
I'm just
man.
Playing, baby girl. See you when we come back.
Look, we'll be back in 2 2 and 2. I'm your host, Shaquem Williams.
I'm Diana.
And we'll be right back.
Many choices of internet radio, and the staff and hosts of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Know what it is, know what it ain't, know what I can do, know what you can't. I ain't here to preach, I ain't a saint. I'm a nigga just trying not to think, cause when the thoughts hit, gotta medicate. And if the path of more starts to deviate, that's when them problems come. And you don't really want it, you don't want the clap, no, you don't want the thunder. No, I ain't a killer, but I got them gunners, and I got them runners who would die for every word out of my mouth, they gon' ride for. Look what looks will do. I show a little leg, flash a little smile, then I pull up in front of the joint, put they mouth on you, and hoes is like who is you? I'm just somebody out here getting Susie Q. I ain't Biggie, I ain't Pac, I ain't Jay-Z, but I rock, I rock, I rock, I rock, I rock. I ain't Kanye, no, I ain't Lil Wayne, Andre 3K, but I do the damn thing. I rock, I rock, I rock, I rock. I hear the critics talking and I just laugh at them. No matter what they say, I'm still getting cabbage. Yeah, it's honey's getting it, but they just getting average. I got that dumb splurge on the nigga funds. Tired of hoes asking about such and such and such. I can't care less about a chick or what a bitch does or what a nigga do. They say I'm so rude, I say I'm so real. They ain't know my latitude. I'm so cool, I'm so chill, I'm so the shit and so ill. That means I'm sick. Yeah, I'm kinda cute. Yeah, I'm kinda thick. Make it do what it do. I ain't Biggie, I ain't Pac, I ain't Jay-Z, but I rock, I rock, I rock, I rock, I rock. I ain't Kanye, no, I ain't Lil Wayne, Andre 3K, but I do the damn thing. I rock, I rock, I rock, I rock.
Okay, dear. Great dinner. It's 8 o'clock and it's Friday. We're gonna watch LA Talk Live. Got this new show called The Shock Factor. Okay, let's check it out.
You rockin' the Shock Factor. From the booth to the block, and now I'm rockin' with the Shock Factor. And it's the fact that we have you on live. From 8 to 10 o'clock. You want the Shock right here. Hi, this is Z. Yo, this is Momo, and you tune into the Shock Factor on LATalkLive.com.
Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure.
From the booth to the block, and now I'm rocking with the Shock Factor. And it's the fact that we have you on live. From 8 to 10 o'clock. So keep it right here.
I'm Shaquem Williams, and I'm the host of the Shock Factor. Momo and Princess Deedon came over and took over the whole thing. Cletus, I need some help up in here every Friday. I need some help, please.
From the booth to the block, and now I'm rocking with the Shock Factor. From the booth to the block, and now I'm rocking with the Shock Factor.
So don't forget to tune into the Shock Factor
every Friday night, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Hey everybody, it's Miss R&B, and I'm inviting you to come and hang with me every Thursday night at 9 p.m. PST for Perspectives Corner with Rona Rowe Bennett on America Talk Live. Hear and see interviews and live performances from some of our favorite celebrities and personalities in entertainment, sports, business, and the wellness industries. We're getting lifted and we're going deep, talking about life and empowering the champion in us all. See you there.
Hey guys, sick of all that top 40 music? Well, join me, Lixie the Engineer, and Mondo on our brand new show, Band with Mondo, where we support sounds from the underground every Saturday with a new artist from 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So tune in to live in-studio performances, Q&As with the artists, drunken debauchery, and much more, exclusively here on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
Yeah, it's your boy DJ Deezy, inviting you to join me every Monday night at 8 p.m. for our new show, Keeping It Real with the Cousins, exclusively on LA Talk Live, Monday nights at 8. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio or watch us on Ustream TV Monday nights at 8. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
It's for the people. This is street radio for unsung hero. Riding in the Rego, trying to stay legal. My daughter found Nemo, I found a new.
Welcome back to the Shock Factor here on LA Talk Live. Woo! For the people tonight. We're getting out of here kind of early tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot of stuff to do. They got some real personal business going on. Want to thank everybody for tuning in around the world in 150 countries. We always have we seem to have almost about 250,000 people listening in here on the Shock Factor. You can always check us out on Facebook, the Shock Factor, on Facebook and on Twitter as well. You can also check out me, Shaquem Williams, on Facebook as well at the same time. But welcome back.
I love the song.
I love it too.
I love Common.
I'm your host, Shaquem Williams.
I'm Momo.
I'm Diana.
And she is, and everybody's looking super fantabulosos tonight. We're sitting here talking about Trayvon Martin and the Zimmerman case. We're just, everybody's up at arms about it. And, it's a lot to be said about it. I think it's an economic thing. I think we've been marching for a long time, me, myself, too long.
Yeah. And
we haven't seemed to yet figured out our economic thing. Like when anybody that ever talked about the economic aspect of standing up and the revolution, those people are, immediately got killed. Mm-hmm. Immediately. But as long as we're sitting around talking about social issues, that pains us because we're not, happy with a verdict, or we're not happy with whatever, and I just really think it's a financial thing, 100%. If you want to talk about it, we can always talk about it. You can always reach out to me. What's our Shock Factor page on Gmail? I think it's a Shock Factor at Gmail. Or you can just hit me up, projectdna7@yahoo.com. So, a lot of people are upset. They had some cats here in Los Angeles. The second day of the verdict, they were running up and down Hollywood, kids.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And they was looting, getting it in.
And they're just beating up people. That is not the answer to this problem. That is not the solution at all. You don't need to be out there. What is that going to do? Basically, you're desecrating his name. That's what you're doing by doing that.
And another thing about it is that who was teaching them? Like, who's guiding them? Like, people, well, they should know better.
Yeah.
Like, when you're dealing with a particular case, like, they're looking at themselves.
Right.
Like, I can be outside one night, and just because somebody's afraid of me, right, they can come shoot me.
Right.
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 Out of just because they were afraid.
Right.
Oh, you're afraid. Now I get a chance to come kill you. And they're thinking about that, these young cats. So there are, not a lot of cats out there that's, help guiding them, because a lot of those youngsters are being raised in single parent homes at the same time. So it just makes
it. Then that goes back to the family structure, family structure.
So, but go ahead.
Like I said, I've been watching the trial and stuff, but at the end, like I said, the issue was that we don't know who actually initiated.
Does it really matter though?
This is what I'm trying to get to. Maybe, maybe not, because I had a situation at work one day where a 16-year-old boy was taunting an older man, like, you know, literally the age difference. In basketball, the little boy was taunting him. The little boy ended up tripping him while they were playing basketball. So the guy, you know, was like, you know what, I'm giving you these many chances, but you're pissing me off. So the guy, like the little boy, literally, like I said, taunted, tripped him. So the older man, you know, was like, you know what, I'm fed up, and socked him in the mouth. So guess who got in trouble at the end of the day? The older man or the little kid who initiated the whole situation?
Of course, the older man.
Exactly my point. So it goes back to this situation. Does it really matter who did it? Who started it?
Another case. Here's another case.
What matters is someone is dead.
Exactly.
That's, you know, and he's a young adult, 17 years old. Here's another case that happened. Another case that happened, a woman was getting abused in Florida.
Yes.
Oh, I heard about that.
And she fired up in the sky.
A warning shot.
Didn't kill anybody. She got 20 years.
Yeah, she shot him in the leg or something.
So do you believe that the stand your ground law, for the most part in Florida, do you think it works for minorities?
Apparently not. If this lady is in jail serving 20 years after she reported that her ex-husband was abusive and he said he was going to kill her. He walks up on her, she fires, she has a gun on her for her protection. She fires two shots, warning shots in the air. He still approached her. Then she shot him in the leg. She didn't even kill him. She shot him in the leg to get him off her. And now she's in jail for 20 years.
Same thing with another situation in Florida as well, where it was like a car full of kids who was bumping really loud music. Did you get to hear about that? And like, there was a guy next to them, rolled up, and he was white, pulled out his gun and shot the car on the door, ended up killing one of the kids, and he just drove off. Same thing.
So what are you saying? Are you saying that the system is designed?
Well, everyone knows that the state of Florida is racist. I'm just going to put it out there. Some things that happened to me, I lived in Orlando for a year. Some things happened to me out in Orlando, which I don't want to talk about. But things didn't get resolved. You know, I was involved in a home invasion, got beat up, and nobody was found guilty. Nobody said anything. Nobody found no information, nothing. So I left Florida, and I'm never going back to Florida because everyone knows how the laws are in Florida.
Well,
so it doesn't surprise me. I'm not shocked at all. It would surprise me if it was somewhere if it was Philly, then I would be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Where the majority of people is African American, I would be surprised. But don't surprise me that's Florida. Everyone knows about Florida.
Hey, Boston, what's going on in Boston?
He's like, turn my mic on.
Did anybody say you got a pretty mouth? Let's get that out the way first, okay? Not that yours is bad either. You know. But I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. You know, I've been on both sides of this topic with regards to this Trayvon Martin, George Zimmerman issue. There was the talk about the lady who shot at her husband. Mm-hmm. I understand she's been exonerated, if not exonerated, pardoned by the government, by the governor of the state of Florida. Yeah.
Okay. Like yesterday?
Like yesterday.
Okay.
Like
okay. So
someone said this to me. I don't know how true that is. Could be urban legend, right? The bottom line is this: you never know.
Right.
The internet, thank God. But the bottom line is that when you look at the trial that we saw portrayed on TV, it really was about self-defense and stand your ground.
Right.
They even stayed away from the stand your ground topic more than what one would have thought.
Right.
Because it wasn't.
So this became a topic about self-defense.
Right.
And if someone, and I said this, so, you know.
How many times have you got your ass beat?
I've held, not many.
Back in the day.
Not many at all.
Come on, for real.
Because I can do this.
Right.
You know, I'm from Philly. We fist you.
That's right.
Come on, let's keep it
So
real.
my point is.
Yeah, try me right now, in fact, at my age.
That ass beat.
But look here. I don't know about that.
I'm fucking heart attack.
I did say just try me. I'm not saying I'm going to whoop your ass. I ain't saying all that now.
I got your back.
I'm going to get my ass kicked.
I got your back.
But listen, the fact of the matter is, and I've said this jokingly, if I walked out in the parking lot and saw that kid on top of you, or you,
come on,
or him,
that's
hold
different.
on, 17 years old, and if he said to me, hey man, this kid's whooping my ass, shoot him. I'm not saying it's right.
Right.
But in the crucible
Shooting
that
a kid.
moment,
Shooting a kid.
you don't know.
I mean, okay, you don't know if it's a kid or not.
But then that goes back to we don't know who started what.
Let me go on. you don't know that if that young man was on top of you, that you would not have shot him.
Yeah, if that's
because
the truth.
In the crucible of the moment, you don't know what his age is or
Come
his
on, man. When did ass kicking come shooting a motherfucker?
I mean, isn't that why we're in trial?
When ass kickings became a gunfight is when America.
No, it wasn't a gunfight.
When was it okay for him to get out the car after the police told his ass?
Yeah, that's true. That's a whole different story.
That's where it all
That's a whole different story.
And I completely agree with you.
That's where it started from.
Once the trial started, we should already have been able to see how this trial was headed in the direction of self-defense.
Yeah, I already knew what was going to happen.
You know, the race card, you could throw everything at this, and all of it would stick.
Right.
Why'd you get out the car? Why'd you follow him? Did you profile
So why do you think he didn't get?
Hey, listen, I've said this, that to that young black man, George Zimmerman, at that moment in time, was equally menacing looking.
Right.
He had his hair shaved.
Right.
He was in
you
shape.
Walking up on me,
he wasn't chubby.
So why do you think
Latino looking guy with a shaved head who could have been
right? Let me ask you a
someone
question.
hating black people.
Let me ask you a question.
I understand all of that, but in the end, the trial was about.
I'm gonna try
self-defense.
Why do you think he got off then?
Because the trial was about self-defense. In the civil trial,
so you're trying to say
you will see these issues come out that Trayvon had as much right to self-defense as he did.
So you're saying that in self-defense, if somebody is just beating your ass,
I got a knife on me right now. Get to whooping my ass and see what happens. I'm straight up gonna stick you to get you up off me.
So is that where we
but
are?
If I called the police and told the police that is somebody about to whoop my ass, and the police said, "Well, sit your ass in the car." Why would you get out the car if you see somebody that is suspect?
Yeah.
Is there? I know there's like a stand your ground, whatever, but is there like a? Is it? I mean, to whoever dies first, fuck it, kind of thing. Is it? Like, I'm confused because shouldn't there be like a?
That's a very good point.
Like, you know, it's kind of like dogs. If whoever survives, all right, you're good to go because you survived. Like, I don't understand because if I'm a fight shock or whatever, I'm 5'1", 120 pounds.
Want my knife?
You know what I mean? And I end up shooting you, or you shoot. I mean, and I come with a knife at you, and you end up shooting me, like. So it's okay because because you're defending yourself.
There's so many hoes in that whole stand your ground law.
That's why I say it's a
but you know
multi-layered argument.
What's also so sad
really
is the governor had told the lawmakers that he is not even going to even look at that stand your ground law again. It's in effect. It's going to be in effect, and that's just what it is.
It's in the hands of the Congress and the
Senate.
Senate.
They don't even think about it,
They're
though.
going to pull that away. Trust me. That's going to come back.
They're going to keep it.
Now, I got one last question I got to ask all of you here at the panel, because I understand how you feel about this. And I've been 360 on this argument all week, all month. I watch the trial daily, the whole nine. And I truly am not just 180, because I've been on both sides of this argument, but truly 360, because I want to
gotta ask yourself why you've been on both sides.
I want to understand the whole argument.
Right.
You know, now, so here's the final question that I had to ask myself. Okay, what did you want out of this trial? Rock City Rich. What you want out of this trial? I want him to go to jail and get gang raped by a bunch of black men. Okay, worst case scenario. Or I want him to go to jail at least and serve 10 years. Or I want him to go to jail for something. You know, they looked at manslaughter for this case, which would have been the least amount of time.
Right.
But what I ask all of you out here in America is, didn't he get the death penalty by being set free in a world that no matter how much money he may earn from his story, he can never live a free life again?
Well,
he's in hiding right now.
You
shoot him.
I'm not gonna shoot him. Hey, listen. I'm not
he
going to
did get
jail.
his gun back, though. I'm gonna tell y'all.
But I'm gonna tell you like this: if he walk up on my ass, I'm gonna shoot his ass.
You better not walk up on his because he gonna shoot you.
So,
I ain't worried about it.
So this is the reality of it.
But the fact of the matter is, he got the death penalty.
But let me say this:
being released.
No, at the end of the day, it does not bring Trayvon back. That's my issue.
Let me
it
say
doesn't
this.
bring him back. This boy lost his life. He's 17 years old.
But he's been martyred too as well. You'll never forget that name.
We hope.
And in the history of mankind, I said this the other day.
We hope so.
Chef Mo, he is the modern day Medgar Evers.
I hope so.
He is for 17
I don't know about that.
to 21-year-olds, the modern day Martin Luther King.
Let me say this:
because his life The life that he gave shed light on an issue that America has tried to avoid for so many decades. Now we're all conscious of it now.
Again,
so he martyred himself.
This is what I go through with my show.
Yeah, well,
I can't say shit.
I know they mad at
but
me.
Go ahead.
You know,
a lot of
I got
people,
my knife on me. I will stick one of y'all. So back up, man.
A lot of people, the issue is with a lot of people where, a lot of people never looked at the facts. And then a problem is where they took sides and were biased immediately from the start. That was the problem from the get-go. And I feel like a lot of people, and I always repeat myself, you should have researched and see what happened first of all. Because like a lot of people who were ignorant was oh no, he needed to get second degree, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. Yeah. Nobody looked at the facts where it was second degree murder was already ruled out from the get-go. It was mainly, it was closer to get a
manslaughter. How much time would he have gotten from that, right? How much time would he really have
second
gotten?
Degree would have been
10 to 30, I think.
No, manslaughter was 10 up to 30. 10
right.
minimum, 30 max. So that's what I was rooting for, hopefully. But I mean, like I said, I looked at the facts and then I based my opinion off of that. A lot of people did not do that. Right. And that's the reason why a lot of people were shocked as to why such and such happened. And that's the issue with society today where they're just like, oh, look, he's black. Let me root for him. He's black. You know, and I mean, that's
I wasn't
the
shocked
reality
because it happened in Florida, so I wasn't shocked.
Lady Di,
I was like, you know.
So
look, would you agree that he's already been sentenced to death?
It does make a lot of sense. That is definitely
I don't
true.
know about that, but look, we're gonna go ahead and take a break. We're gonna take a break.
No, not yet.
Let's
talk about this for another.
We're gonna take a quick break.
I have a little story.
I'm not done yet.
We're gonna take a break.
No.
I can't say a word.
Please let
Fuck y'all.
No, come on.
No, we're gonna take a break.
Go ahead, keep talking.
We got.
I don't know.
Keep talking.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take a break. We're gonna come back with more Shock Factor. I can't get a word in edgewise here on the Factor, but you know I can cut off the mic on all these guys. But look, we're gonna go ahead.
Y'all gotta suffer.
Look, we're gonna take a quick break. We got X-Men in the building. We got another guest in the building too as well. We're gonna go ahead and chop it up. I want to see what their thoughts are in reference to this because we're talking about this tonight.
I think his name is Bernie Mac.
It looks like Bernie Mac.
Oh my God. Bernie something or another.
I thought it was Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac Daddy.
Yeah. Look, we'll be right back with more Shock Factor. I'm your host, Shaquem Williams.
Burning Man.
I'm Diana.
Whatever.
Okay, and Mo got the deuces.
Rock City Rich. Twos.
We'll be right back, y'all.
It's getting higher. It feels like I'm gonna blow. Yeah. Gone is the breeze. It used to be so sweet. Poison is the wind that blows. Yeah. It can't be long. The military come with a knock, knock, knock on your door. All right, red light. Stop right there where you are. This is a red light. Stop right there where you are. Emancipation, race relations. Most of your rebels are gone. The trust in nation, the time we're wasting, the people's patience is gone. Oh Lord, broken economy, our streets are dying, even more than before. I need some betterness to take me higher. Feels like I'm gonna blow. Yeah, gone are the days when people used to say everything is alright. No place to run. Now here you come with a knock, knock, knock on your door. Oh, red light, stop right there where you are. This is a red light, stop right there where you are. Red light, stop right there where you are. Red light, stop right there where you are. Pick up the pieces, let it begin, cause this is the way that we flow. Higher and higher and higher we go. Through dedication, self-preservation.
You are now tuned into LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Hey guys.
That's right. Do you see what I see? That's right. That's right. What I see. What I see. Do you see what I see? Do you wanna know what I know? Are you afraid of me? crying, those politicians lying. Don't go too far, cause gas prices rising. A media blitz, MySpace taking hits. They talking about assassinations and all kind of shit. Do you see what I see? Oh, you wanna know what I know? Are you afraid of me? Oh, and scared to go where I go. Go where I go. Go where I go. Another hurricane, earthquake taking names. Katrina victims without a home, it's a nation change. Free internet porn, lotions on the decrease. I think everybody in the world should just release. Do you see what I see? Do you see? Do you wanna know what I know? Are you afraid of me? Are you afraid and scared to go where I go? Go where I go.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Shock Factor here on LA Talk. Lizzo's LATalkLive.com. I want to welcome you back.
I got a question for you.
I'm your host, Shaquem Williams.
I'm Diana.
And we do this every Friday at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time here on LATalkLive.com. You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, The Shock Factor, and all those particular things as well. This is what we're doing. We're talking about the Trayvon and the Zimmerman trial, the verdict, all and this craziness that's going on. We got a couple of more guests that's coming in. They're going to talk about it with us as well. I probably need to fix my camera. Okay, I'm back.
I got a quick question before to lighten it up just a little bit. The song that just played is your song, right?
Yeah.
And you're singing. And so you say something about internet porn.
Lotions on the decrease.
Lotions on the decrease. I thought I was hearing things. You did say that, right? Seriously?
It's a heavy supply of lotion now that the internet is now.
No, I just thought it was crazy. I was like, did he say lotion on the decrease?
Thank you so much.
I was really paying attention to the words of the song.
Yeah, and that's how we doing it here on the Shock Factor. Where's my glasses? I don't know what happened to them. Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to welcome.
Pick that up.
No, lotion is on the decrease.
Oh my goodness!
If y'all
please don't let it be extinct. It's gonna be a lot of chaffed situations going on.
If y'all don't know what lotions on the decrease is. I'm sorry. Did I say that? Check us out every Friday here on LA Talk Live. We have the Shock Factor. Chime in at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We got an incredible. What's this song right here? Are we back to Donny Hathaway?
Okay.
We're talking about the ghetto. We're talking about the Zimmerman trial, the verdict. My man X-Men, I asked him to come in because he's been out here in LA for a long time. And I got my other partner here. I haven't seen him in a minute.
How you doing, brother?
What's going on, man?
You look good, man.
No, you look good, man.
Oh, I love it.
What? Come on.
So much love. That's so
where's
great.
where's the love? Where's the love at the end of the day where we're supposed to have a lot of love between us brothers?
Yeah.
Yep.
We need more of that. If we had more of that, it wouldn't be so many problems.
That's right.
That's right.
As well. So
not that special type of love though. To make that clear, we talk about the brotherly love, not the other type of love. I just want to clarify.
Love is love.
There's a lot of that love going on.
I don't know about that.
Clarify.
But I just want to say, whatever love you got for whoever you loving, then do you. At the end of the day, I can't judge you.
Better than hate.
Right.
Yeah, I'll take that.
That's right.
Great point, Diana.
Amen.
Yeah.
You're no longer Princess Diana. That was a Queen statement.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So look, X-Men.
Yo, what's up?
We were talking about, the Zimmerman trial.
Yeah.
And the verdict. What are your thoughts? Some of your thoughts about it? Were you shocked?
No, I wasn't shocked. I'm in the middle of studying melanin right now, and so
Hit us with the knowledge.
So I'm gonna give this about a 30-second. I'm gonna do this in 20 seconds. So they have melanin conferences every 2 years, and they don't invite people of color. That's first. It's about control, and melanin, in its most organic sense, means it's the nucleus of every cell.
Mm-hmm.
It's what makes you able to feel, able to get that rhythm when it comes through.
Mm-hmm.
And the way to control people is to get them to really get into a depressed state.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get a lot of these kind of cases. They're going to broadcast them. They're going to put them in your mind every day. They want you to get resentment. And again, resentment from the word sentire, which means feel, Latin for feel, refill. They want you to replay these incidents in your head over and over again. When you don't, they'll do it. You can play it on your YouTube. And they're really putting the whole melanated society into a state of depression. It makes alcohol sell more. They stop being as productive. It slows down the whole society, and it gives people who don't have melanin or who are out of that loop more of an advantage. And that's all this is about. It's about the society loop having the advantage on the people that need to be moving. So I think what we need to do is learn to disconnect from what is happening on the TV more so we can get to the situation at hand, which is moving our people to a better state. But pictures and court cases and things of this nature are designed, and they will continue to be here. Matter of fact, they're going to get worse. The more pictures they could put in your head to keep you depressed and suppress you. And I want everybody to go home and study depression and what it does to people. It makes them sit on the edge of the bed and ponder. Some people say, forget it, I can't do nothing. The cops are outside. I'm going to mess myself up. There's so many different places you turn to when you can't turn anywhere. And so the Zimmerman trial and how they're playing it afterwards, as well as how they built up to it, is just a weapon, the same old thing. So, learn to disconnect, learn to meditate, understand there's going to be some casualties in the game, but it's a weapon by design.
Man, that was deep. Man, you need a clap. Can we get the clap?
Y'all go. We got enough people in here.
Yeah.
Give him some love. And that's the 24th letter, X-Man. X-Man's been in the music business, worked with some of the most greatest, artists, musical artists, and been there here in LA. Been there, done that, and watched it. By taking a psychological, examination of what's going on in the street. He's a music maker. He's an incredible bassist. You know what I mean? So, he has his finger on the pulse, and I appreciate that, as well, because, we're talking about, what Obama came out today, and said, about, the whole case. And a lot of people are he has some backlash on that. They're saying, oh, you're black? We didn't know, and why are you're dividing us because you're not coming out, with whatever. You're talking about something, but you're not healing. And there are some people who feel that he's dividing us. Yeah. Brother, introduce yourself. Let them know what you do right quick. And, and let's hear your opinion about what Obama had to say today.
Okay, all right. How you doing? I'm Bernie, but most people call me Mr. B. I'm an educator, actually. I've been teaching for several years, and particularly I've been focusing on how the young people of today, they're not really comprehending. They don't even like school these days.
Right.
They'll tell you too. They don't hide it.
Yeah.
They come out and say, I hate school.
Right.
And so what I'm learning is that the reason that the young people of today seem to hate school because it makes no sense to them. It's not practical.
Right.
Yeah. It seems like it's not solving any problems. It's not really getting me the position I want. I'm not getting paid from it. I'm wasting all of my time in school with somebody I don't like, and it's obvious that they don't like me. Right. Okay? So then why am I here? Okay? So I guess it's a couple of things with how I feel about what Obama said. And just to put it into context, he went recently to an HBCU, that's a historically black institution, and he spoke before one of the most historical schools, Morehouse. And he had some backlash from that also, because what they felt is that Obama came to them, and instead of saying, look, I have some answers for you, I can help you through this, I can connect you, I think they felt that he was like there you guys go again. Come on, get together, be better fathers, be better husbands, be better black men. And they're like, wait a minute. What you don't understand is that how much better do I have to be?
Right.
How much clearer does it have to be? Trayvon was walking back to the house with a can of pop and some Skittles.
Right.
How much clearer does it have to be? Zimmerman was told not to get out the car.
Right.
How much clearer to you does it have to be? There's a boy without a gun. There's a man with a gun. The boy ends up dead.
Right.
I think that's what's happening with us and Obama right now. We want Obama to say enough is enough.
Right.
And he hasn't said that yet. And I understand that.
Because
He's the president of the United States.
He can't.
He's not the president of black people.
Yeah,
He's the president of the United
And
States.
he has to do what is supposed to be best for the nation.
He is.
Not
and
for
I understand that.
the people.
I understand. I guess the problem is that African Americans feel like, when is it our turn?
Right.
I mean, the Irish came here, they had their turn. The Italian came here, they had their turn. Everybody's had their turn.
Well, it's going to be our turn when we step up and we do what's right and stop fighting each other and find some love in our own community. We got to start from home. We can't just put the blame on Obama, on America. We got to put the blame on what's happening in our own neighborhoods, right next door to us, not everything else.
I agree.
We're messed up as a culture, period.
And I agree.
Unfortunately, where you said a lot of people don't like school, that's where it might start from, because I've heard a lot of people, Obama, people are blaming Obama of what's happening at the trial. I mean, maybe stay in school, educate yourself about the government, and you'll understand it's not Obama's fault. It's whoever you picked for Congress, who you picked for all this stuff that you don't know, and maybe you should.
Right. Obama is not Jesus. Let's get that right, black people.
Exactly.
Why do we keep thinking that he is the savior? He is not the savior.
In 2014, we have another election. The most important elections to me are the elections that when they vote for senators, House of Representatives, state, local,
local.
That's the most important election to me. The presidential election is not so important. It's more so a pomp and stance kind of situation. But when we started electing, next year we're going to be electing new congressmen, new statesmen, and new whatever, senators and stuff like that. So you're going to ask yourself, are you going to get involved with that? What are you going to do? Because the next question is, what are you going to do?
Move to Canada.
Moving forward. So look.
Well, I'd like to share something. What I think that you made a great point about education. What I've done for the last couple of years in Chicago is I created what was called a customized tutoring program, because it's not Obama's fault.
Right.
And at the same time, I'm going to probably make some people aware too, it's not the parents' fault, and it's not the teacher's fault, and it's not the administration fault. It really does take a village. But even with that village, we need to understand what's going on. Most of us in school, we learned by what's called rote. ROTE. Basically, we learned by memory, but we didn't comprehend. We didn't understand it. And it made no sense to us. So when it comes with education, we need to also figure out a way to customize that education that it actually becomes practical.
Right.
And that's what I try to do when I teach. I don't think that that's really what's happening. The teachers are doing a great job, but they need something else.
The schools,
they need help.
in Chicago, I lived in Chicago for a while. The schools are being closed. The mayor shut down so many schools. How can somebody be educated if they don't have anywhere to go to be educated? Exactly. And you're wondering why there are so many homicides on the streets of Chicago daily. 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 kids are dying. They have nowhere to go. Where they're supposed to go. That mayor just stopped the school because of the budget. There's no money. How is there no money if you allowing all these companies to privatize stuff that was owned by Chicago? Right. Now you have private companies coming in here, and the meters, for example, the parking meters are owned by private companies. If they're owned by private companies, the government everything is about Chicago. The government has nothing to do about the people.
Exactly.
I think it does have to do with a lot of youth right now, obviously, because a lot of the lashback has been I'm young, so I hear from the youth. And the issue with school right now, and it even happened with me, where in school education is throw it at your face. take it, but nobody's telling you why. Unfortunately, it took me to get out of high school, be in college 2 years to realize why I learned the things I'm learning, and the things that I have learned have been because I did my own research, not because what it was given to me. So the issue is that a lot of people need help understanding that you're learning these things for a reason, not because somebody's forcing it upon you. And when you're forced to do something, you don't like it and you're unhappy, and that's where we're at today, and the reason why we're blaming the wrong people.
And there you have it. Look, guys, it's 9:03, and they got to clean the carpets tonight. Somebody been spilling some Jake. No, we got to get on out of here. But it's been a spirited conversation. We can talk about this on and on and on and on because there we can always look at the problem, right? You know, but we have to really come together, right, as a world community and find a solution. We can't let them keep on using these old dividers like money. We can't let them keep on using race. All these dividers that keep us divided amongst each other, and we will never find a solution. You know what I'm saying? We have to find a solution, whether you find it within yourself, or you find it with your community, or you find it with, you know, and it goes beyond that. You know, but there's solution. We know the problem now. Right. You know, white people are white people are shocked too. Oh my God, I can't believe they let that guy. You know, they knew he was. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a white or black issue. Stop acting like it's a white or black issue because we're going off of things in the past, and we're not really looking at the issue today, which was the issue back then to me, which is economics. If we don't get our economics in order as a people, we're going to always have social problems because we don't have no foundation to support it. Like we just marching with no foundation. Economics and everybody and every person in this country, they got it. They have an economic foundation, and they lay it on the line every night, every day, in Congress every day with their so-called, you know, people that's going up in Congress and getting these laws passed for them. These big businesses, blah, blah, blah. It's it's a spiritual first, but it's an economic thing too as well. So we're going to go ahead and close this whole thing up tonight with The Ghetto with Donny Hathaway, one of my favorite songs of all time. Because look, we're going to have to do something. If we don't come together, we might as well just get it in. Get it in right now, like that one movie, like everybody for that one night, they just got it in. Either we're gonna do that.
I saw a funny tweet where somebody said, "Why are all the protests happening in the hoods, right? And why don't you take the protest to like Beverly Hills or whatever?" They did. Wait, no. But I'm just trying to, you know how ignorant sometimes it may be, but it's funny. They're like, "Why are all the protests in the hood, like Winter Park, whatever." Somebody wrote back and was like, "Oh, because gas prices is too high. Who's gonna drive to Beverly Hills to go protest?" So I thought,
gas prices are ridiculous.
Momo, any last words and anything you have to say before we go ahead and wrap it up?
I just want to shout out the Los Angeles Dolls. Shout out to you, Shakim, and Life,
the Dolls,
Diana, and the team. I miss you, girls. I have some news for you very soon. Shout out to the Beautiful Ballers League as well. And then I put a question on Facebook if you wanted to shout out on the Shock Factor to hit me up. A couple people hit me up. So shout out to Reggie over in Vegas. I hope you're doing well. He texted and said something about there's a storm. I don't know about a storm in Vegas, but I hope you're well. Also, shout out to Jerome Norman. Thanks so much for tuning in. Shout out to Philly, Boston Talk Live. Shout out to Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Jason Terry. Also, Jason Kidd, Brooklyn Nets in the house. And I'm predicting a championship. I know a lot of people are Laker fans, but I'm just going to put it out there. Everybody knows I'm a huge fan of KG. You can follow me on Twitter, Monique Moy, and I am Chef Momo on Instagram. Check out my website, Francis Rose Catering. Shout out to Track Dilla, Heavy Hustle Music, Anishka. Shout out to Sky Limit.
She gets it in.
I know, right? Got so many people.
I'm
sorry, Koi. Everyone's hitting me up. Koi Tattoo Mommies. Shout out to you. Check her out. It's an all-female tattoo magazine. She's doing big things, so I'm proud of you.
I mean, I thought I had the longest wrap up.
Whatever.
Go ahead.
The longest opening.
Yeah, exactly.
The hell
like
with
8
you.
minutes long.
Oh, shout out to Florian and shout out to the kid. I'm sorry, Wick the kid. That's it. I'm done. I promise.
She got her schoolboys on tonight. She's looking debonair. She's looking very voluptuous over there, looking like Kim Fields.
Kim Fields terrible. I'ma burn these glasses.
She looked like Kim Fields when she was in Facts of Life. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to everybody who tuned in today. Thank you guys for coming. Shout out to you guys. Love you guys. Beautiful Ballers League.
Oh, I know. We're coming, I promise.
LA Dolls, miss you guys. At the end of the day, I just
Let's
feel
get it
like
all. Let's
let me
get it all.
finish. Please educate yourself. Educate yourself. Don't go by what you see on TV only. Please educate yourself. Happy birthday to John. I love you. Okay.
Happy birthday.
He got the upper room voice. I got the upper room. That was horrible.
Happy birthday, motherfucker! I'm sorry. Barry, what's up, bro? Any shouts out, my friend?
I just want to say shout out to California, period. Just thank you for making me feel good about being here. I'm from Chicago.
Yeah.
And you know the only one who really liked Kanye West is Jay-Z. So Chicago and Chicago and California, baby,
Chicago
all the way, baby, all the
Stand
way.
up.
That's it right there. I'm finished. I'm out.
X-Man, the 24th letter, the baddest. I'm talking about X-Man and probably didn't got like, he about 10, 15 platinum in.
Oh, no, not yet.
Say what it is. Don't be over there going like that,
Good.
Clay.
I'm feeling good. It's a lot.
Don't be over there.
Hey, shout out to Shot
He said it is a lot.
Right, it is a lot. We don't have
I don't want to be modest.
Shout out to Shot Kim, the lovely ladies. Shout out to my boy Bernie. It's good to see him out here for Shy.
Yeah.
And hey, you know, boy, it's a whole nother conversation we gotta have about this thing.
Hey, we're gonna come back next week.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. You know something? No, we're gonna come with some solutions though.
Yeah, we want to talk about some solutions.
Because it's got to be off the record. It ain't gonna be televised.
No.
I agree with the education thing, but we have
What kind of education you talking about?
You know, it's gonna have to be a spiritual education first, and then we're gonna have to kind of denounce and detach from the system as it stands, because everybody is a victim of what they know, and what they know is already dewired wrong.
What you know is fucked up. That's what he's saying.
And Obama know damn well it's got to be an outright fight.
Right.
If he gonna say what he gotta say, it's about to be Michelle gonna have to suit up.
You know what I'm saying?
Body blow.
You gonna wait till the last day in office and be like, you know what? This is what I really wanted to say.
Yeah, he's getting close, I think.
Hey, let's get it in. Like, no, I was reading some of his, not some of his texts. You know, after I went on, you know, on YouTube, Yahoo, and was reading what he was saying, and then the people had their comments, you know, and people were really saying, like, you know, we need a nation, we need a president who is a uniter, not a divider.
Right.
Like, who is saying
But see,
that?
what I'm trying to figure out is how people, I want to figure out how people even think that the internet, the people that invented the TV and all of the crooked shows that twisted most of the world up from the top are going to control the internet any different. They're acting like the internet is really untainted, honest public opinion.
Right. And they believe in Wikipedia.
Right. As if.
So check out the new media.
I changed some stuff the other day myself.
Yeah. Don't trust the internet or nothing. You got to get educated. You're right. You got to educate yourself. But you got to go inside and get quiet. It's going to take some meditation and some coming together.
Yeah, there it is. You know, we have that here from X-Men.
Yeah.
I want to go ahead and leave off with one of my songs, I Am Human. It's come from the album I Am Human.
Nice
no,
plug.
He ain't about to play no us. This boy is stupid.
That was a good segue. I just got to commend you on that one.
Good segue.
I love that in you. Thank you.
I want to go ahead and talk about what I really think.
Yeah, go on and break it down, Shot.
You know, seriously, I want to thank you guys, man.
Thanks a lot, Shot.
Incredible panel today. You know, I know we're getting up out of here a little early today, but they got some business here to do. I smell some beans cooking.
I know. I was like, did somebody?
I don't want to say anything, but you know what?
Beans cooking.
I'm the new guy.
I was like, was it you, Shot?
Oh, shucks.
How can you be disrespectful like that?
Somebody cooking some beans or somebody farted.
Oh.
Somebody passing gas.
Hell no.
I don't want to say anything.
Who farted?
Oh, girl, you
We
didn't
shall
fart for
overcome.
that, did you?
I washed my feet.
Hey, no, but serious.
Don't be blaming my
Somebody smell like some
beans cooking.
Man, it smell like some pinto beans up in here.
Oh, I ate a turkey burger.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But I want to thank all y'all, Mo, Di,
God
B,
bless you. God bless you.
X. Hey, thanks a lot.
You know what I'm saying? I want to thank Boston.com for checking us out tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I want to thank everybody out there in 150 countries. You know, we're up to almost over 250,000 listeners every Friday. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in to us on The Shock Factor. We really appreciate your vibe, your energy, your love as well. Although you may not want to say anything, you just holding in, just listening. It's okay. You know, as long as you're listening and showing us love. And, you know, if you ever have something that you want to express, there's nothing wrong with expressing it here on LA Talk Live on The Shock Factor. You know, we're the hottest show, you know,
ever.
You mother suckers. I want to give it up to Saba Saba. I want to give it up to in the Uganda. Saba Saba's not in Uganda. Where is he?
He is in Uganda right now, I believe.
Yeah, he's in Uganda right now. Yeah. I want to give it up to Africa. I want to give it up to everybody that's tuned in. LA, always a lot of love. We're talking about Cleveland. I love Cleveland. Bynum. Hey, welcome to Cleveland, Bynum. We love you, son. I got to give it up to that. Everybody in Ohio that's tuned in. Atlanta, London. We love those beans, too. Thank you very much.
What kind of beans are you making?
The longest wrap-up ever of all times here on LA Talk Live.
Okay.
You know, I ate his beans, and he had some turkey.
You got some cornbread? You can't make no beans without no cornbread now.
Nah, homeboy's beans rolled alone. He got standalone beans.
No rice either?
It don't matter. Them beans is on.
I felt pretty good. I felt pretty good.
Standalone.
I want to give it up to my mom, my family. We're talking about what's the place I'm talking? You know what? I met somebody today, right? And if that person is out there listening,
this is a disco outro.
I got
12 inch.
I got 5 more minutes. You
cut it and remix that and back that up. Now backspin that.
No, seriously. My family and friends, you know who you are. I want to thank you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Shock Factor here on LA Talk Live.
Shock Fizzle.
I don't want to leave, but I gotta go. I'm your host, Shakim Williams.
I'm Momo.
I'm Diana.
And we are out of here. We'll see you next Friday at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, as always, here on LA Talk Live. This is what we do. Next week, we got, we're going to do our music and media panel. I'm going to bring you back here as well. We got some more people coming in. So we'll keep you posted on the Shock Factor fan page and whatever, blah, 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 blah. Everybody out there, peace and hair grease. We love you, man.
Out.
This right here is called So Blind. This is by Shakim and Project DNA. And this is featuring Saba Saba too. Uganda, stand up. We'll see you next week. Same time, same sandbox. We love you, man. Thank you for tuning in.
Of our nation, stand up. Let your voices be heard, cause right now it's not enough, but we can make it better if we balance out and let go of the misdirected anger. It's enough to make any man cry. Too many questions, not enough answers to why we can't let our children die. Cause without our future, who's here to try? I can't believe it.
I'm out.
Oh no. Can't believe it. What I'm seeing.
Twagala mirembe kyokka tugenda maaso tetwagala ffe bituse mabega endwadde ettalo abali b'enguzi be basinga obungi abafuzi baffe tebava mu bufuzi ne batusuubiza Chabirinda, Tula Nendoza, Africa ya pedo, tunadawa, tugendawa. Why am I? Can't believe it. Why am I? Oh, yeah. Children hungry, families living in the street. All around, can't believe it. Can't believe it. Look all around, can't believe it. Can't believe it. What I see it. Oh no. Look all around, can't believe it. I know you see it. Red light, stop light, there where you are. Red light, stop right, there where you are. Out of the frying pan into the fire, burning down the people's souls. My high anxiety is getting higher. It feels like I'm gonna blow. Yeah, gone is the breeze. It used to be so sweet. Poison is the wind that blows. Yeah, it can't be long. The military come with a knock, knock, knock on your door. All right, red light, stop right, there where you are. This is a red light, stop right, there where you are. Emancipation, race relations, most of your rebels are gone. The trust in nation, the time we're wasting, the people's patience is gone. Oh Lord, broken economy, our streets are dire, even more than before. I need some betterness to take me higher. Feels like I'm gonna blow. Yeah, gone are the days when people used to say everything is alright. No place to run. Now here you come with a knock,